Hola Cultuneros, welcome back to Atleti Fanatics, and we are back to the channel for the review of the game against Sevilla. And Fran is not here with us, but I think congratulations to Fran for the first time he got the prediction right as well. So it's basically 1-1 between me and Fran. Keeks, you're the one with 0 points at the moment.
Let's see if
Uh,
I get the next game right. Huh?
let's see. But anyway, it was a great day. I think. I mean, not exactly a great day. We lost the game, but great day as in we got to see a lot of positive stuff, I would say, uh, on the weekend. And for example, like Bonnier goal and other stuff for sure. But before we start with the episode, just like and subscribe as usual, and share it with your friends. And again, uh, you guys can become a member of this channel, so you guys can support us that way as well. And we just start with the episode now. So, Geeks, your initial thoughts about the match?
What can I say, buddy? What can I say? I have been. I never expected. I think the last time we had for the season an academy player starting, not including Pablo Barres, of course, was like Javi Serrano in the 21-22 season. Like it's while ago. So it's been fascinating to see not just the amount of debuts that we've had this season, which by the way, this is now I think a record. We've got 7 total debuts so far this season. But more than that is also the trust that Simeone has given into these players. Most of these players have played a full 90, if not a sizable portion of at least one half. And usually fairly decent games to give them a sense of the La Liga as well. So there's a sort of instead of it just being, we call it, we play through a little 70, 75 minutes for the first team and we throw on some young boy after we're 4-5 up, which is not bad either, by the way. You might as well you want to get experience regardless. But you're actually being tested. You're being thrown into the fire. We're giving you the tools and we're going to give you something to sling. So I'm really, really happy about that. When I look at, I've been talking about all of these players for a while on this channel, on my thing on Twitter. I've been talking about for a while, and to finally get to see the players that I've been talking about not only play in La Liga, in for first division, but also to the level that I anticipated in their first stint has been really happy to me. I can't express in proper words the euphoria that I see from getting to see Dani Martinez finally after begging for him all of last season. I was like, look at what Long he's doing to me. You know what I mean? And then seeing him and he's doing really well. We'll talk about the specifics of the game. I have light criticisms for certain things, but there's almost entirely positives across the board for all the debutants, in my opinion. Um, and I was really happy with some of the other players who kind of were like they're not really seniors in the squad, but they stepped up, and I really appreciated that. I think it's been a while. I think where I could watch a match of Atletico, watch us lose, not really care because I'm just happy about what happened in the game itself and just go about my day. You know what I mean? It's been a great weekend. So yeah, I'm super happy. Great stuff.
I mean, for sure, I don't know, for me, it felt like a neutral watching a game because you don't care about a result. Like, you're just excited to see the new academy players to the team. And for me, I was really surprised. I think they performed really well. There were a few moments which I think it showed a little bit of, that experience. Like, they're missing that experience, obviously, especially that penalty on Dani with Dani Martinez conceded, which was, I think, reminded me of that Sorloth thing which happened earlier this season as well. If I'm not, that was against Deportivo Alaves, where he gave away that penalty. The same kind of incident happened over there as well. I mean, you
I
can't.
I do you think that's a penalty?
That's a penalty, yeah.
No, and I'm not talking about the rules of the law. I mean, like I think the actions of it is wrong because you're going. A player is about to clear the ball, and then they put themselves in. I think we talked. Did we talk about this? I think we talked about this.
No, but that's
I'm
a
sure
penalty. I mean, the Solo one was a penalty as well. That was
it
again
was, but
deported Alaves.
I felt bad for Solo. I mean, Solo was terrible in that game, but
For sure, I agree, but
that
it's a
incident,
penalty.
I felt like it was unfair because Solot is doing a clearance. Somebody, Tanagli, I believe it was, jumps in between Solot and the ball and gets a penalty. I was like, you're effectively rewarding players for injuring themselves because there's no play that you're gonna make there. You're literally doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm being a little, overprotective, but
It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. I mean, like he won the ball and like he there's a penalty and he tackles him. That's a penalty all day. So yeah, a lack of experience, I would say. But I think like besides that, I think Dani Martinez had a very very good game. And for me, again, the defending on the set piece as well, I think that was very poor as well to concede the second goal. But
can't really blame me kids because we do that the regulars.
yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like like it was positive, yes, but like it showed a lack of experience as well. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But still, I mean, like we've lost 3 La Liga games in a row, which is again not good. But again, since we don't care about La Liga because Real Betis drew their game as well today, so again we are comfortably sitting in the fourth position. Champions League is almost secured, I would say. We just have to win like a couple of matches. We have 7 more matches to play, and I think we just have to win like what 3, 4 matches, and that's it. Champions League is secured for us. So yeah, if we go on further run in Champions League, we might see more of these moments, Geek. So I mean, like
Yeah,
you can have a you can have a really, really good day. Sorry, good time ahead for you. But anyway, talking about the game, this was the youngest ever Atletico de Madrid team that was fielded by, I won't say Simeone, because again Simeone was suspended, which I don't knew to be honest. Like, I don't know to be honest. Like like if Simeone was suspended or not.
I never saw
And
news of him getting
I was
suspended.
like, yeah,
So
it was really funny.
crazy.
It was really, yeah, it was really funny. Like people on Twitter were saying, like like Atleti is playing their B team, and like they went so far with the rotation that they benched their manager as well, which which was funny for me. Like I was like,
Hey, fair
wow,
enough, man.
that was funny. That was funny. But yeah, it happened. Like I think Simeone was not even in the stadium. I don't know, like if he traveled or not. But again, I really wished Simeone was the one coaching the team instead of Nelson Vivas. Again, nothing against Nelson Vivas. Simeone is just different. And I think like Simeone probably could have got like much more from the academic kids by pushing them more, like, yelling at them, pushing them more. I think he could have got more out of them for sure. And probably he could see some things as well for the future of Atletico de Madrid. Maybe like, some player maybe like, gets into his eye, like where he can see like, oh, like, maybe I can use him this way, that way. Because for me, the fullbacks, Bonyar and Julio Diaz, I mean, my Julio Diaz, it really impressed me, to be honest. I mean, Bonyar got his goal for sure, but Julio Diaz, the ability to, contain that pressure from Sevilla, dribbling past 2, 3 players when they're pressing him easily, going forward so good. Julio Diaz really impressed me, to be honest. Like, if you tell me on the weekend when we played against Barcelona, if you should have played Julio Diaz or Nico Gonzalez, I would go for I would go for Julio Diaz right now because the guy is playing.
I mean, I think we said it is better to not try and what you call it, give that youngster that like Lamine Yamal in his first chance. But it's like looking at it now, it's like you might as well. You know what I mean? Like give him a chance to play in the fire a little bit and try and understand what he should and should not do as a defender. If you have an opportunity, a no stakes opportunity to play against one of the best one-on-one wingers, would you not want to give a young up and coming left back that chance? I think you would. I think looking back at it now, it probably made more sense for Julio Diaz to be there than Nico Gonzalez, especially because of the stupid things that he did. Both of his yellow card and then subsequent red card were very deserved, and nobody's questioning that. So, you know what I mean? But
Exactly,
I
exactly.
would say everything you said. It's like more than that is like the Julio Diaz we saw in Oviedo was bright. It was an interesting thing, but this was more of a confidence. This is a good player. I didn't anticipate this. Like this is a very big leap in level between Oviedo and now, and it's only been a few games since then. hasn't it?
Exactly. And again, Sevilla was good at pressing, and like the way he got away with the press really impressed me. And to the fact, like even Ruggeri wouldn't be able to do that. The way he got past that press, so that was really impressive to me.
I would say Ruggieri in the Barca game was really good in terms of under pressure. But in
Defending,
terms of
yeah,
dribbling in between two to three players, we saw in the second half where he was just comfortable, no issues, never lost the ball where it was dangerous. Every time it was fine for him. So I really like that. Yeah.
exactly. And like I remember in the first half, in some moments where Bonyar and Ryan were literally like they were so rapid on the right hand side. The right hand side looked really really good, especially Ryan. I was like, damn. I think with Ryan, like the end product was missing, but like besides that, like he was doing everything else perfectly. And talking about midfield, Obed Vargas, another good 90 minutes from Obed Vargas, another good match from Obed Vargas as well. And then Rodrigo Mendoza, the first half was really, really good. I think the second half he declined a little bit, but first half from him was really good. I'm not really impressed with Thiago Almada and Sorloth that much. I think Sorloth kind of like didn't wanna play this game because again he's playing with academics and whatsoever. So like he's just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like you get me. I didn't really feel that hunger and desire from Sorloth in this match. And Thiago Almada, I mean, like again, it's like like he'll do two things good, but like he'll do like 12 things bad. Like he had his moment. Like I'm not gonna lie, the ball to Julio Diaz, which resulted in a goal. Like he did a couple of things good. Not gonna lie, but again, like the he did at least 10, 12 things wrong. Taking too long on the ball, like fake shots everywhere on the pitch, like where he do that like fake shot thing, and then not rotating the game, like being on that same side, like. So it kind of like frustrated me a little bit, and I can surely say like Thiago Almada should not stay at Atletico de Madrid after this season for sure. There's Thiago Almada, Nico Gonzalez. Like I don't see any reason why they should stay at the club, and especially for Nico Gonzalez to spend 10 million. I mean, like you already have someone like Julio Diaz right now, who is performing quite well, so that doesn't make sense as well. But anyway, uh, let's just talk about the match. We'll just talk about the full 90 minutes. Cakes.
Um. Well, I guess we don't need to do the halves, I guess, but because I don't think it matters too much. But is I would say I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the things. I think we already said that, but more so the tactical decisions in terms of what we saw from Javi Bonya was, I think, very reminiscent of what Llorente's position was throughout the early part of this season, where you would find him a lot of times inverting, allowing Pubil to be a little more central, allowing Martinez to be a little further left, and giving Julio a little more freedom to run up and down if he really wants to. While that was really good in terms of that aspect, I think it hindered a little bit Ryan, where he is not really a wing back. He's more of an attacking midfielder kind of vibes. He can play winger, but you could see at moments where it would be better to have somebody like a Giuliano or a Lookman on either flank, where that running gives you that extra space to do a little bit more. Where Ryan can run, Bonya can run, you want a runner, like a dedicated runner in. And I think you could see it is a difference between in the B team where Ryan is usually where Bayana is in this 4-2-3-1. Well, that's actually where Almada was, but where where at least in this formation, I should say, you would normally be there, or even sometimes where Mendoza is, and you would have Ikeluke, who is the dedicated winger who runs up and down. He does all these like the hard work. So I appreciated that in that sense. Ryan, even though I think he wasn't in his best position, you saw him a lot of times drop deep. You saw him making those in between runs, in between the space, like you can see from the heat map. He's where he needs to be. He gets into the box well. He has a really nice first touch, but he flubbed his lines a little bit, and it was a shame because I think there was a real opportunity to score at least challenge the keeper at least once or twice in this game, and I think he a little bit didn't get to have the moment that he wanted, in my opinion. But good performance, good cameo, um, and Dani Martinez. I feel like ignoring the what do you call it, the penalty, there wasn't really much you could see that was bad about him. He tracked Isaac Romero easily. He had really nice through ball attempts. He had some long ball attempts. Um,
No, no, he played a really good game. He
I
played a really
didn't
good game.
anticipate it to be. I've
If
been a
you
big fan.
if you look at this, like passes into the final third, 7 passes into the final third. I
Yeah,
mean, like that's really good.
it felt like a little bit like almost like having a mini handful, and you can still see all of the things I've dumped all this positivity on these youngsters and these other things, but you could still see where you would need a Pubil, where you would need an Obed, where you would need a Baena. These these players who, even though I think none of them have particularly have a lot of minutes under their belt with Atletico Madrid, have that experience to kind of push them a little further. And it's funny because Pubil is 22. He's like 2 years older than the rest of this crowd. He's Obed is 20. He's the same age as the rest of this crowd. He just came from MLS. Bayern is only 24. This is his first season with us. So it's nice to see that in the sense that not only is he trusting the youngsters, but he's also trusting some of the younger parts of this squad in terms of they're fresh, but they're giving that responsibility and they're usually taking it. And I appreciated that. So yeah, what do you think about the first half in terms of that element, in terms of the positive, well, not even the first half, but the positives, I would say, before we go into, I think, maybe the criticisms.
I think the first part was for me. I mean, like again, Rodrigo Mendoza with Vargas, like they were rotating the game really well, and then again Ryan and Bonyar on the right hand side, they were really really good. I think the first half was the right hand side. We were using the right hand side pretty much in the first half, and left hand side were decent for sure. We had a few chances. I mean, the goal came from the left hand side only, which again was crossed towards the right hand side. But I would say if I ignored the penalty thing, I think like let's just go to the stats only. Like you guys see for the first half, I think we had most of the possession. Exactly, like you guys can see over here, 64% of possession to Atleti, and then we had less shots for sure, and then but the possession play which we played really impressed me. Despite like playing with the academy kids as well, they were comfortable on the ball. They were not afraid to take on the players. So that's good. I really like that. Like like everyone is playing with confidence. Everyone is trying to like take the best out of the chance which they received, and that was really good for me. I mean, like yes, like we did some stupid mistakes. We conceded, I think, two stupid goals. I think the penalty should have been saved by Juan Musso, but still, it's okay. I don't have really any, what do you call it?
Maybe we should try and do a bit of substitution. I think it's funny, right? I think Solot's the cameo wasn't great, but what he did do, the bare minimum what he did do was, for instance, he always made sure the near
Even
post
even for the
was covered.
penalty, yeah, that's that's the thing he did good. But like I think for the penalty, I think Solo should have done better as well. I think like he got beaten very easily over there, and then Dani Martinez was just not quick enough to clear the ball. I
Mhm.
think Solo shouldn't have let it bounce in the first place. I think that was his ball
I don't
already.
really disagree with that. I think that's a fair opinion. I think
That was
we need to
always
be a
his
little
ball.
bit more we
Yeah,
call it in
physical
the
in that
present.
present. Yeah,
Yeah, you need to
physical
be
over
a little present in the moment. I think he was a little too passive throughout the entire game. It's not like he didn't have any service. I think we had chances that we were trying to pass to him. We had moments where we tried to involve him in the play, and he just wasn't really there. I think Ryan had a few passes that were directly to Sola. We had, and it didn't really work out because the run was either too early or too late or whatever it is, and it's just like, all right, you know what I mean?
Exactly. But anyway, if I check the stats for the second half, again, 72%, like that's impressive, especially with the kids we're playing. I think the final product was missing because again, I would say we didn't create enough because we were lacking a playmaker. And even if you see
I
the shots over here right now, it's
I would say this, um, Alex.
yeah.
This is very reminiscent, in my eyes, to the Real Betis game, where I think Real Betis game had an even stronger 11 than what we a much stronger 11 than what we had in this game. But there is a key similarity between this game and the Real Betis game, and it is Thiago Almada. Thiago Almada takes up a lot of time and a lot of space on the ball, and it's not even that he's recycling the ball well or quickly. When you see I think we saw when Lookman came on in the second half, Lookman is making the outside run. You don't pass to him. He then decides, all right, I'll make the inside run. You still don't pass to him. You then pass to him when he's in between making the two runs. Lookman has no time to control the ball. We waste this chance. Sevilla now tries to do a counter. Same situation with Julio Díaz. Same situation with Baena, who's trying to create these things. So you're taking up a very pivotal spot in the team, and you're wasting a lot of the opportunity because Baena wants to be there. He doesn't want to be the runner. He doesn't want to be out wide. That's not what he wants to be. He wants to be right where you are, and he recycles the ball. He creates those chances. He never got really many times to create those chances in this game. I think he really only had, I think the main highlights would probably be the first half where he got that ball from Julio Díaz and tried to score with his weak foot. Not too many
Exactly.
moments for Bayern because of where he is. Versus the previous game where in the 5-0, where he's just getting to be deep, or even in this example, same previous game against Barcelona, playing deep, having the time of his life. So I think the experiment is done. I think I kind of shouted into the void a little bit where I was saying, well, we can't be allowing Nico Gonzalez and Thiago Mata to be playing like this when we have these youngsters in the academy and we have these other players in the bench. But now we really actually have definitive proof. You are worse. Like, no disrespect in anything, but it's like I don't know what you provide. There are moments and times where you can show up, but right now I can't say what exactly Thiago Almada provides for Atletico Madrid. Where is his best position? What does he do well? Same feeling for Nico Gonzalez. So
I mean, I
come
would say
summertime,
Nico Gonzalez like had more moments than Thiago Almada.
he
I
had
mean,
more moments, and it was still. And it's funny because even then, I'm still not very convinced. He looks like he's doing a lot more work than Thiago Almada. And I think there's a difference. One of them looks like they're doing a lot of work and does nothing, and the other one actually has a lot of with time on the ball and these other things, and then does nothing with it. They're like two peas in the pod of wasting time. So, not a fan. I don't want to be too harsh on Nico Gonzalez because he didn't even play today. But it if you gave Baena the attack and midfield role, do you think this has the same result today? Do you think that if we had CL Lookman or an Alvarez on this pitch today, I think we win this, draw or win this.
true.
So
Sevilla didn't look good at all. Sevilla didn't look good at all. I
if
mean,
all
like if we
this
play with
could match
academy kids this
on a
way, yeah,
relegation team without the experience, this is their first time, their first rodeo in any big leagues. And if our academy kids are matching their intensity, they're matching their understanding of certain elements, then this is a very good sign because with the experience, hopefully that also gives them that next level.
for sure, for sure. But like I said, like everyone looked good to me. I'll say like just one moment from Dani Martinez. Rest everyone. I mean, even Baina looked decent to me. I don't know. Some people say like he wasn't that good, but like I think he was decent for me. Sorloth, I wasn't really happy with it. But still, I would say like like maybe he lacked service, whatever. But Thiago Almada, I wasn't happy at all with Thiago Almada. And having said that, it's good to see Pupil back. I was a little bit concerned, like where like he had that like head injury in between. But besides that, I think good minutes from Pupil as well. And then Dani Martinez looked very comfortable playing as a left center back as well. Julio Diaz again, good minutes. I think the fullbacks were amazing. I just didn't understand the substitutions. Like, why did you bring on Lukman? And then why did you bring on Yano for Julio Diaz? That didn't make any sense at all. Like, what are you doing over here?
You want to give everybody a chance, I guess. That didn't make sense because I think there was one dangerous chance because he's an
He's not
attacking
a left
midfielder.
back.
He's not
Exactly.
he
He's
does not
not a
have
left
that.
back. Like, oh, what is that substitution? Like, I didn't understand that at all. Like, what is going
I
on
mean, he
out there?
has a left foot, I guess. I don't know.
That was so. I don't know. Like,
The Lookman one does give me a little concern because I wanted Lookman to have a full 90 um, against Barcelona in the midweek. Lookman took 20 minutes in this game. I'm not sure why. And I don't like the idea of Lookman getting 20 minutes into this game because I want him fully fit. Come that Barcelona game, this should be another full 90. This should be a full 90 from you, in my opinion.
I mean, we had Spina as well. I mean, he could have come on, but okay, sure. I mean, like, instead of Lukman, we could have put on Yano for whoever we substituted. I think it was
No,
Rodrigo
we
Mendoza
took
or
off. We
Ryan.
took off. Yeah, Ryan.
And then yeah, so you can put Yano instead of Lukman, but I guess like again the rule comes in like you have to play with 5 academy kids, I guess.
Four total at one point in time. Have to be a
Okay, so who was playing? Dani Martinez was playing, Boniar was playing. That's 2, and then 3, and then you went with Morcillo. That's 4. Okay, all right, makes
That's
sense. Okay, so yeah, so that's why Spina didn't get his chance. Okay, makes sense. Cool.
unfortunate. I
Unfortunate, but
would like.
I mean, like if we go to the next round in the Champions League, he will get his chance.
Yeah, that's not a question. It's so funny as well. I want to say this really quickly. Spina looked like a guaranteed centre back this time last year in terms of getting into the first team, and then he's barely played this season, and I don't know why. But I'm glad that he even get called up here. I hope that he does get his debut, and I hope he has a chance, to integrate and these other things. But me not get too
But
far ahead. I think it does. I will say this though. Bonya and Julio Diaz for sure have a chance with the first team this time next year, right? So especially if we do make those wholesale changes that I think probably should happen in the squad, especially backline. Um, but Julio Diaz looks really good, really really good.
true. I mean, just look at his heat map. Really good. Accurate
Two
passes,
passes
like
missed.
just 2 passes. I mean, look at that. Now that's really good. Successful was 3 out of 4 times. Accurate crosses 2 out of 3. I mean, defensively he can improve for sure, but I think attacking wise, like he did show a very good thanks. But Javi Bunya, I mean, what a story for this guy. I mean, like debut goal as well. So I'm really happy for this guy, Bunya. Like and like especially the way he celebrated as well. Perfect. You could see. I really hope like there could have been more, but like unfortunately we didn't create enough, and it is what it is. And then I think like if Sevilla doesn't score the second goal, I think the game could have been end to end, and it would have been fun to watch. But unfortunately, that poor marking in the corner, which resulted in the second goal of Sevilla, didn't really help us that much. And then Sevilla went back to low block, and then they
Hmm.
relied on the counter attacks. And like I mean, these are just academy boys. Like you can't expect them to like find ways to.
There's certain things they just don't have the interest, like they don't have the experience for. I remember they were doing a counter attack in the second half, I believe it was, right? And Javi Bonilla was in between the space of Isaac Romero and Akor Adams. He made the judgment call to drop inside to go and help Akor Adams. Vargas sees that, he immediately passed to Isaac Romero. Isaac now has a much easier chance of getting a one-on-one and completely fluffs his lines. But that's an example of he didn't know if he was to hold the line or he has to do the things, and that's okay. You'll get better coaching. You'll understand these things. So I'm happy you get to see where exactly they need to learn and these other things and where it could help. I saw Vargas beat Bonya that first time, and I was a little concerned, and then he beat him, and then he comfortably stopped him the next time. So it's just like small things. I think all of them kind of grew into the match. There was a little nervousness at the start of the game, but really nice stuff, man. Happy for Ryan. Ryan was supposed to debut last year. He had so many chances to do it. He was supposed to do it, but he's here. He's here now finally. So
True. But anyway, let's just go to the ratings before you want to say anything else.
no, I have nothing else to say. I think rating. I was just about to say we should probably just do ratings. Short episode.
Short
Keep it
episode.
happy.
Okay, let's start with Juan Musso. I think he could have saved the penalty, but I can't really like blame him for that. But I think he should have saved the penalty. But it's okay.
I thought he had it. I thought he had it.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll give him a 6.
Speaking of Juan Musodo, Dibu is injured right now, and they're wondering who they should have a first choice keeper for World Cup in case Dibu can't make it. I was thinking,
No, he'll make it.
Musso has been great, and he'll make it. He'll make it. But I say Musso's been great, but Dibu is a demon on penalties.
Exactly. The guy is perfect Atletico de Madrid kind of goalkeeper. I think like
Yeah.
he'll never play for us. That's unfortunate. I'd love to see Dibu Martinez. Imagine Dibu Martinez against Vinicius Junior taunting him. I love that. I love that.
So I think I think a six. He wasn't called into action too much. When he was called in, he did his job. Wishy safety penalty.
Right. Bonyar. I'll give him 8.5.
I was gonna say the same thing. So 8.5, yeah. Let's go.
8.5. Pubil, I think 8. And
I think
then
yeah.
Dani Martinez. I don't want to be harsh on him. Like, yes, he gave away a penalty, but a 7. That's because he was making his debut. So 7.
I agree.
And then Julio Diaz, I think the same as Bonyar. So 8.5 as well for him.
We,
And then
there's nothing to disagree with, is there?
Rodrigo Mendoza, again, good start, but like second half, he got slow. And so I think a 6.5 for
he
him.
was I think he was really good in terms of the distribution in the first half, but he was very careless on the ball in the second half, and I didn't appreciate it because I think
Yeah, so
he was a little
yeah, rusty, I would
7
say.
7 or
7,
so.
still 7.
Huh?
Okay, I'll go with the 6.5, but wow, 7. Okay.
6.5, 6.7. Like, it's not crazy. I think it's like somewhere between 6.5 and 7 is probably fair to him. Because there were
Okay.
like 3 shots that were created directly from him misplacing the ball. So pay attention. I know you're
Obed
coming back from
Vargas.
yeah.
Obed
8.
Vargas, I'll give him 8. Yeah, I agree. Obed Vargas 8.
Great performance.
And then we have Alex Baena. Alex Baena, I'll give him a 6.5 as well. I think
I wish we got
should
to
have
see you more. I wish
yeah.
you were in a better position to give us more, but you weren't. And I think you did well considering the circumstance. Ryan, what do you think about Ryan?
Lacking in the final third. Before that, it was all good, but I don't want to be too harsh on him. So yeah, 6.5 as well. And then the Almada, a 4, 5, something like this.
4,
Because
waste of time. You know what? I'll give you a 5 just because you assist the pre-assist for the goal. Everything else was a waste of time.
Sorlot, the same as Thiago
Cool.
Almada, nothing major. And Keek's camera is stuck. But yeah, Sorlot, the same as Thiago Almada. I think there's nothing major from Sorlot as well. So 4 or 5 maybe. And then we go with the substitution. Lukman, I think Lukman, like, yes, he came on, but like, I don't know, like, he didn't seem that bright to me, Lukman, and you know, when he came on.
I think Lookman had some bright moments here and there, but I think with his expectations, with what you want from him, like you kind of wanted a little more. Like, so for instance, the run into the box that happened after when he was a little
I
more
don't,
central,
I
that was
don't
nice.
know.
They had some
I
other
don't know.
moments, but it's like in the last 20 minutes, I wanted to see a little bit more of a level from you, considering I think you are one of our better players in the squad. You know,
Exactly.
but that's okay.
He didn't look that bright to me. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, this is not the most important game. Be bright
Yeah,
on Tuesday.
yeah,
Be bright
yeah.
on Tuesday. I don't
So
care
I
about
don't
this
really
game.
mind that, but yeah. Morcio, yeah, that's
Morcio, I
nice,
think
small moments, but
good. Pretty aggressive. I like the aggressiveness from Morcio, which is good. Kind of
not too
reminds
much.
me. Yeah, I mean, like he got a yellow card, so obviously. Then uh, it kind of like reminds me of Witzel with the hair thing, but yeah.
Different style, I suppose, though.
And
But yeah.
and
Uh,
Yano, like I can't rate him. I mean,
he came
that
in last.
person,
He played 5 minutes
yeah,
at left back.
it didn't make any sense.
It's just,
Like, like you just like throw him, like just go play, just go play. It doesn't matter, play
yeah.
just. Anyway, guys, so I think that's it from us for today. This is the shortest episode which has happened in a very, very long time. And again, we'll see you guys soon for the preview of the Barca match, which will drop tomorrow. We will have Barca volume with us tomorrow. And again, guys, just like and subscribe as usual. And we'll see you guys soon for the next video, which is again tomorrow. So again, let's get ready for the Champions League second leg. Come on, guys. Vamos. We'll see you guys soon.
Big
Ciao, ciao.
weekend. Ciao, ciao.